else is happening?
Well, thank you so much, Bax. Well, I'm coming to you live from Ismailia in Egypt. And right behind me is the Cranes team that is actually trying to train and actually prepare for the Thursday encounter. If the person who is actually helping me zoom you can see they are in for a water break. Others are actually warming up. It's a very exciting camp. They are actually enjoying themselves because they managed to win their first game against Central African Republic. I know that it's a very cold weather. It's very cold this side, especially in Ismailia. It's very, very cold, especially at night, making it very hard maybe for the boys to train. But with me, I have the person in charge of the media, that is Ronnie Luciride. He has been actually with this team since they got here in Egypt. Maybe he could give us a brief observation about the team and how they have performed so far.
Thank you very much, Grace. Very good evening to all the viewers of NBS Sport. Yeah, Ronnie is my name. I'm the media officer of the Uganda Hippos right here in Egypt. I must say it's been a fantastic atmosphere, and the fact that the team won their first match yesterday against Central African Republic, the mood is high, and they are ready for the second game against Congo Brazzaville.
Let's talk about the welcome. How welcoming has this Egyptian side been, especially the people who are helping you, starting from the hotel to the training ground and seeing more of the Egyptians here? I know my expectation, actually, they are very friendly. How about you and the team?
It's one of the countries I've been at and have been welcomed easily. These people are very good people, very welcoming, very friendly. The hospitality was very perfect. And I know this has helped the lads in Egypt.
You've managed to watch many Uganda Cranes games, and specifically the under-20 team. The way they performed at first, if you're to compare the style of play from Molly to now Coach Jackson Mayanja, do you think the future is in this style of play?
I must say it is that style of play because when you look at the other team, they're not possessing the ball. It's not any different from the team that played in the previous edition and reached the finals. And also, this team just love using the ball. And the entire team is full of talented lads.
And for the coach, I know it's very hard for you to comment because you're the media officer. How do you rate Coach Jackson Mayanja, especially? I saw him bossing actually his first game in a city. I must say, a king. Yeah. Mia is a big name because here in the city, in Ismailia, especially in Egypt, if you talk about Mia, I think I should be boring things for free back, but maybe he should answer that.
Yeah, the fact that he once played here at El Masri in Port Said, coming here, of course, there are many people who knew about him, and that probably helped us a lot also in a way that he was familiar with most of the people. And talking about his style of play, just like he played, he is a coach who loves letting players be free on the field of play, just like he played. He loves players to enjoy using that ball, and that is what exactly we are doing. I have full confidence in him.
If you're to maybe rate us, where do you see us in this competition, especially this tournament?
We are big boys, and most of the teams are looking at Uganda. And the fact that we reached the finals, Grace, speaking in a journalist perspective,
Well, unfortunately, we lost our connection.
African Republic, especially the first.
Oh, there she is.
In the weather, but I'm very happy that the boys actually managed to settle in and maybe play good football. And I've had the feedback on internet and everywhere. People are like, "Oh, I wish you could have this team play. Maybe it can represent the senior team." Is that the tech for you? And you think the Central African Republic was a good competition for us in our first fixture?
Yeah, it was a very good competition. But again, Grace, I should remember that first games are never easy to play. Remember, in the last edition, in Mauritania, we lost 2-1. Playing in this game against the Central African Republic, we all know it's never easy to play in the first game. And most of the guys they are playing at this stage for the first time, playing in such a stadium and atmosphere, it was never going to be easy. But they managed to put up a performance, I believe, was commendable and got a win. What better can be than a win?
In fact, I'm sorry for the connection, especially the network problem, but we have had the coach waiting for such a long time. But unfortunately, he's actually busy with the team, trying to maybe finalize his final touches going forward? Because Thursday we have a game. How would you rate Congo the next game?
Yeah, the good thing, the technical team, the entire technical team of the Hippos managed to watch the game of Congo Brazzaville and South Sudan, and they assessed everything. I know this is what they're going to use on to try and fully analyze and assess the strength of the Congo Brazzavilles and then their weaknesses to capitalize on that when the Hippos face off Congo Brazzaville on Thursday. I believe all is well, just like the training is, and the final training tomorrow will fully give a clear picture of how we shall tackle Congo Brazzaville. I have a feeling Uganda can manage to put up a good performance against Congo.
It's good to be in charge, especially when you're winning. And I must say, it's the same mood for Uganda. But basically, traveling to such countries, it's very hard to cope with the environment, especially the food. I'm seeing the weather. It's very hard myself, where I sleep, our dear viewer, and back in studio, and everybody in the control room, I say hi. It's very hard actually to sleep at night. I actually use 5 blankets. Can you imagine? It's really tough. Do you think could be maybe the moods, could they be affected, especially with the food? I know it's a different environment, different culture and everything.
Yeah, of course, different environment and different culture, but I'm saying, first of all, with the food, there are those types of food that, of course, we also have in the country. Talk about rice, talk about spaghetti, meat, chicken, the boys are used. And so, but talking about the weather, oops, it is very harsh, it's very cold, and I know it's affected. Like coming in, it wasn't easy to settle in. But the fact that we came in well equipped with cardigans, with the gloves, with the headgears, kudos to the federation. I know now with the days we've been here, because we're floating to a fortnight, it has helped us, and we are getting used to the weather now.
You talked about the weather yesterday. I saw the boys singing the national anthem, and I could tell that they were pretending it was very, very cold for them. Do you think it's something that might have affected the way they played in the first half? I know they played a good game, but of course they could have had a bit of a half.
Yeah, definitely. Weather, even if you try to get used, you can never fully get used to it, especially when it's cold. But talking about a situation where they were singing the national anthem and you saw like they were kind of shivering, yes, it was there and it affected them. But I know as they went into the game, as minutes went, they tried to get used and they tried to get home. That is why the second half they came back with a different style of play. The team that played in the first half, it was the same team that came the second half. They were used after getting home.
Okay, thank you so much, Ronnie, for joining me as a media officer and as well as a journalist. I know it's very tough for you to join me today because of the, your busy schedule, but I'm so humbled you've joined us today. But I must tell you, I don't know if I'm coming back to Kampala because I'm already enjoying Egypt. These people are so amazing. They're very welcoming. If I'm to stay here for a month, trust me or you, I'll have a very big belly and I will run out of shape because the hearing is too much. And of course, don't forget, maybe probably I might come back with an Egyptian. Back to you, back.
Grace Lindsey Mbabazi with a lot of hopes and a lot of dreams that now she has when she went to Egypt. But you have women in sport, Grace. You have to come back here. Well, away from Grace, who, by the way, keep giving us updates from Egypt, as well as Rita Tugumisirise in the different shows that we have on NBS Sport. Let's take a look at Alisson Becker, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Well, definitely one of his biggest strengths is the ability to play the sweeper-keeper role. However, sometimes he costs his team because of his bravery to step out of his area to play, like in today's